Welcome to the Beginner's Guide to PowerPoint. In this guide, you will learn all about the fundamentals of Microsoft PowerPoint. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to create, edit, format, animate, and save a presentation. So in this Beginner's Guide, we'll be talking about how to create a blank presentation, how to use a template, the PowerPoint layout, how we can use designs, how to insert images, how to animate, and how to save our presentation. Let's begin. You can open up PowerPoint by clicking down here on the Start menu and scrolling down until you find PowerPoint. Click on it and it opens up. If you plan on using PowerPoint frequently, it would be a good idea to pin it down here to your taskbar. Let's see how that's done. Let's close this window down. Click on the Start menu again and scroll down till you find PowerPoint. Once you've found it, click on it without letting go and drag it down here to the taskbar. Now, all I need to do to open up PowerPoint is click on this icon each time. When opening up PowerPoint, we are presented with this screen. I can choose to open a blank presentation, or I can choose some themes, templates, we like to call them. So let's click here, More Themes, and you can see how many ready templates there are that you could work with. And if you're looking for something specific, you could even choose from a suggested search right here: presentation, themes, education, business, or you could even type in something here. So let's take a look at the business templates. So you see how many different options you have of ready-to-use templates. Now, in order to use a template, all you need to do is find one that you like. Let's go with this one. Click on it. And it asks you to create your template. Now, it is currently downloading my template because it wasn't already installed. We won't be needing the help box that opened up here. Now, this is the template. All I need to do is click and change the text on each slide. So templates are a great time saver. Now, let's go back and start off with a blank presentation. Now, this is the PowerPoint layout. Across the top here, we have what are called tabs. So currently we are on the Home tab. This is the Insert tab, the Design tab, and so on. Beneath the tab, we see some tools in what we call the ribbon. So this is called a ribbon. So this is the ribbon of the Home tab. If we click on another tab, Insert, this is the ribbon of the Insert tab. The ribbon of the Design tab, the Transitions ribbon, and it goes on. Each ribbon then is divided into smaller groups. So in the Home tab, this here is called the Clipboard group. This here is the Slides group, the Font group, the Paragraph group, Drawing, Editing, Voice, and Designer. You may notice that in some groups, there is a little launch button down here. Now, Microsoft has tried to fit as many tools as it can in the ribbon, but naturally they don't all fit, so they may not all be visible. By clicking on the Launch button, you will have access to all the available tools of this group. Now you see that currently my font group is grayed out because I have no text. So let's just click and write something. Now my font group is available. Let's click on the Launch button in the font group and take a look at some tools. So you see here, all the tools of the font group are available right here, even the ones that are not visible here. Not all groups have launch buttons, but when you do see them, take a look in each one. There may be some tools in there that may come in handy for you. Let's delete this. Down here is what we call the status bar. From the right side of the status bar, we can zoom in or zoom out. On the left side, we have the number of slides in our presentation. This right here is our first slide, our title slide. So all we need to do to put in information into our presentation is click to add a title. So the title of my presentation will be Countries. I could also click here to add a subtitle. Let's do that. Click. My subtitle will be, let's say, Around the World. Okay, and my first slide is ready. Let's zoom out a bit so we can have full visibility. Now, this is not a very impressive slide. It's just a blank page with some text. What can we do to make it look more attractive? This is a presentation after all. We would go up here to the Design tab, click on it, and we see we have a Themes group and a Variants group here. From the Theme group, we could select any kind of theme we like to apply to our presentation. If we're not satisfied with what we see right here, we can always click on the arrow, and this will give us more options. Now, by hovering our mouse above each theme, you get a preview of what it would look like. So this one. So this is a great tool because you don't need to apply it to see if you like it. You get a preview beforehand from all of these themes. If you're not happy with these themes, then you could browse for more themes. Let's, for now, choose one from here. I seem to like this one, so I can select it. It has applied my theme. Now from the Variants group, I could choose a different color scheme. I could choose the blue, the pink, whatever scheme I like. But I like the green, so let's stick to that. So now my title slide, my first slide, is ready. It's time to add another slide. How can I do that? From the Home tab up here, click on it, And here we have the slides group. Of course, your instinct tells you, let's click on new slide. Now, by hovering over the picture here, new slide, you see that it gets grayed. And by hovering over the text, new slide, it also gets grayed. Let me tell you why. If you click on the picture, this is just a one-click new slide. So click, and right away it enters another slide. If I were to click on the text new slide, it would give me a bunch of options, lots of different layouts that I could use. So keep that in mind when adding new slides. So this is my second slide. I can click to add a title and then click again down here to add text, pictures, or whatever I like. Okay, let's talk first about friends, for example. It is a country's presentation, so let's start off with some countries. I can click to add some more text here. Let's write, for example, Europe. So you see that this design automatically gives me these very nice triangle bullets. Language, French. Okay, now, it is a presentation, so in presentations we would prefer not to use a lot of text, but more visual elements. So to make our presentation more attractive, let's add some images. We can go to the Insert tab, and here in the Images group, we can click on Pictures. Now, it gives me different options. I can insert a picture from this device. I can insert a picture from stock images or from online pictures. Okay, let's try online pictures because I don't really have any pictures connected to friends on this device. Okay, it is loading some pictures. It has them categorized by theme, but I can use the search bar to search specifically for what I want. So I'm looking for anything connected to friends. Okay, a French flag would be a good idea. Click on it and then insert. Okay, so this was a very big image. What can I do? Well, you see here around the image, there are these little round things. These are called handles. I can use these handles to resize the image. So, a word of advice, it is a good idea not to resize an image from the middle handles, which are here and here, because this distorts the picture. You should prefer resizing images by the corner handles. So let's go to one of the corner handles, click and drag to resize your image. Okay, I have resized it, but that's not where I want it. I would like it to go right here, next to the word friends. I can click and drag. to wherever I like on this presentation. So here would be nice. Now I would like to insert another image, let's say a map. Again, from the Insert tab, Pictures, Online Pictures once again, and let's type in France. Okay, a nice map right here, and insert. It is downloading, and here it is. Let's resize once again from a corner handle. Okay, that looks nice. Now I would like to insert some text here. I would like to write the word map. I can do that from the Insert tab. Down here there is something called the text group. I will choose text box, which allows me to draw a text box anywhere on my presentation. So let's click on it. And you see that my cursor has now changed. By clicking and dragging, I can draw my text box as big or small as I like. And now I can type in map of France. Of course, I can format this text by selecting it and going here to the font group. I can change the font. I can change the font size. I can use bold, italics, I can underline, I can even change the font color. So we want something that matches our presentation, and orange maybe. And you can drag the text box also to wherever you like. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now I would like to move on to my next slide. So to insert another slide, from the Home tab, I would click on New Slide. But there is another way, which I use more frequently, and that is right here. Right-click with your mouse, and from the menu, choose New Slide. There is our new slide. Okay, and let's click to add title. Now let's talk about Spain. Europe, language, Spanish. Again, I could insert images from the Insert tab and pictures from the Online Pictures, as we did before for France. Now, here in the Illustrations group, I also have shapes. Click on shapes and you will see how many shapes appear that you can use in your presentation. So there are rectangles, circles, ovals, equation shapes, stars and banners, call outs, a lot of shapes to use in your presentation. Let's just choose one. Let's use this. Now you see how my cursor has turned into a plus sign, which means I am ready to draw. Click and drag to draw your shape. As soon as I let go, another tab popped up here. It's called Shape Format. Now this gives me a ribbon with tools that I could use to format my shape. So right here I could change the shape, I could empty it, I could turn it black. This is the current shape that I have. From here I could change the shape fill, the color. From here I could change the shape outline. Let's try making it blue. The shape effect. So I could use a shadow, and you see here how you get previews of each setting. So let's just choose one, and here is my shadow. So you have all of these options to work with when working with shapes. And of course, this shape, I could drag it around and place it wherever I like on my presentation. Now, let's go back to France. You see how these thumbnails here of each slide on the left side are very useful because you can see all of your slides and you can just click on it and go to that slide right away without having to scroll. So slide 2 is France. I could see it right away because I can see the flag. The next thing I would like to do is add some animation. So of course I will go to the Animations tab. Now you see that all the animations here are grayed out. This is because I have nothing selected in my slide to apply animation to. Now if you plan on working with animations, it would be a good idea to click on the animation pane, which will open up the animations pane right here. Now, let's apply some animation to the flag. As soon as I selected something in my slide, all of these are now active. So in here we have animations, types of animation that we could use. By clicking on the arrow, you can see all of the animations. So appear, fade, flying. Now, I always like to keep things a bit simple. So I always go with appear or maybe sometimes fade. Just clean and simple. So let's click on appear. So here in the animation pane, it tells me that picture 4, which is my flag, has an animation. By clicking on the arrow, I get some options for this animation. Now, it tells me the animation can start as soon as I click. That is what is selected right now. It can start with previous. There is no previous animation, so no. It can start after previous. So no, let's leave this as is. Now, let's choose the map of France and apply an animation to that. Let's choose a different one. Let's choose fly in. Okay. Again, from the little arrow here in the animation pane, I can choose, let's choose start after previous. Okay. Now, I would like to take a look at my slideshow. So, how's it going so far? I could go to the slideshow tab here and select from beginning. And here we go. Now, to move on to the next slide, you either need to click or tap on a key on the keyboard. I usually tap on the spacebar. Okay. And the animation. So first the flag appeared and then the map flew in. And my next slide. To exit my slideshow, I could simply tap on Escape. Okay, now that I'm satisfied with my presentation, it's time to save it. I can save it from the File tab up here. Click on it, and you see you have some options here. Now, this is the first time I am saving this presentation, so I will select Save As. I would like to save it on this PC. The name will be Countries, and it will be saved as a PowerPoint presentation. By clicking on Save, it will be saved in the file Documents. If that's not where I want it, I could choose Browse and choose from here where I want to save it. If I want to save it on the desktop, I could save it on the desktop. Okay, it is now saved on my desktop. Let's take a look. And here it is, my presentation. Now, again from the File tab, Save As. I also have the option to save it in OneDrive, which is very useful because usually we don't take our computers with us every time we need to present something. It would be a good idea to save it into OneDrive and have access to your presentations from any other device. That was the end of the beginner's guide to Microsoft PowerPoint. Thank you for watching.